Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is just kind of a little catch up. I did film this last week, but I feel like I was in a way worse mood, so it just didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. But I just kind of wanted to have a bit of a catch up with fellow bakers about the current situation, because I feel like I'm just seeing bakers closing their businesses left, right and centre, and I basically just wanted to have a bit of a vent and kind of give my opinion and what I'm doing and like how it's affecting me, etc. But yeah, just because I know a lot of people have noticed that I've slowed down on uploads over the past few months, and this kind of explains why a little bit. And since there's so many businesses closing, I just wanted to touch on it basically, and give a little update on the channel as well, because that's going to change slightly. But if you've been living under a rock, which I'm sure most of you will know, if you don't then have a little look on Instagram, but basically the living costs and just costs of everything are going up, whether it's petrol, whether it's the price of butter being the main thing on people's minds, or just like the cost of living in terms of like rent and mortgages and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like a lot of businesses are now struggling, a lot of small businesses, and because the rise in living costs means that people have more bills, they in turn don't want to pay more for a cake, but I have to charge more for a cake because all my living costs and expenses and everything has gone up. So it's actually so difficult because you don't really know what to do. I know quite a few businesses have been sort of tallying up all of their totals and deciding whether it's worth it. I think it really depends. This is kind of like a bit of a pep talk at the same time as event, but because I'm kind of telling myself this little pep talk at the same time as telling you guys. So basically you have to decide how much you want it. I know a lot of these businesses started in lockdown, and as much as they may have loved their business, and like I love my business, when it comes down to whether you're making money or not, you have to make a decision. And if you choose money over the business, obviously there are certain instances where you have to do that, because if you have like a shop or like a storefront of any kind, then your expenses are going to be a lot higher than mine. But as a home business, I think the main thing you have to think about is whether you want it. If you would prefer to do another job and earn probably more, because like I say, I can work in accounting and earn more than I do doing this, but I do it because I love it. So you just kind of have to decide how much you want it, but also know when to stop, because I feel like a lot of bakers are talking about this at the moment, how they don't know what to do, and you just have to make sure that you save yourself first. Obviously be objective, and with everything just going up in price, like increase your prices. If you don't want to, then unfortunately I think your business is gonna suffer. If people don't understand that you need to increase your prices, then they are, like I say, very naive and aren't educated on what's happening. Like this is what is happening, like everything's going up. So if Tesco's up to their prices, and so am I, it's no different. And if anything, it's a private service, and like I always say, if you don't want to pay my prices, then unfortunately, as blunt as it sounds, maybe you shouldn't be having a custom cake. And I'm sure so many bakers will agree with that, because when you get bartered with and someone wants a cake for 30 quid, I just say go to Tesco's, because you're obviously not my clientele. And yeah, I think you just need to make sure you save yourself first, is like the number one thing. I feel like, and this is kind of why I stopped uploading for a while and like was very inconsistent, but now like when I say I'm back, I'm not in denial, I'm not anxious all the time. Like I am in a really good place, and I am back and I mean it. I'm very motivated, and I've basically made a decision on this whole living cost situation, and I decided to stick with it, even though it might be a bad idea. But I also know when to get out. Like if the business isn't going to do well eventually, then you know when to get out, and I've got my accounting work that I can fall back on, so there's plenty of things. I would just make sure that you have options, because I feel like with the whole COVID situation, then coming out of that, and then now all these costs going up, it's very uncertain as to what's going to happen, so you just have to be smart about it. But yeah, I stopped kind of uploading because I kind of resented the job. I lost the enjoyment and kind of lost the why I wanted to do it. And then I actually watched Stephen Bartlett's podcast on YouTube, and I watched the one with James Smith, the PT, but I also watched one with Simon, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen because I don't want to assume what his last name is because I can't remember, but he's like a motivational speaker, and they were talking about your why and like why you start things and what you want to achieve. And I also heard this saying, which is dreams without goals are just dreams, and it sounds really soppy, and I'm not like cringy at all, like, I hate that kind of stuff, but it was true. Like, if you don't set yourself goals to work towards, then whatever the end goal is, slash like dream, it's never going to happen because you haven't got any way of like managing how close you are to it. So you need to set yourself small goals in order to actually reach that. And yeah, I lost the love for the business because it's not that I was losing loads of money, but I was losing money because obviously the price of things goes up and I wasn't charging that. So I was trying as much as possible just to keep my prices affordable and not up them. And I haven't really upped them for the past like 2 years, which is so bad. And people say that I'm cheap. So I've recently upped them and people are still happy to pay them, but they will be going up again because of the cost in petrol and everything else. But I'm going to be doing a video on that because I'm going to redo my whole costing. But yeah, so I just kind of stopped uploading because I didn't really enjoy it anymore. I didn't enjoy the content that I was making, and the content that I did upload was stuff that I enjoyed. But the reason I stopped uploading is because I didn't have the opportunity to film those things I actually enjoyed. So we're taking it back to basics, basically. That was a really annoying way to say that. But yeah, so I am going to just film what I want to film, and I hope that you guys stick around for it because I love the fact that you guys actually watch me and you care about listening to me ramble. The fact that people comment saying that they really enjoy my talking. I mean, I'm sure there are people that hate it, but yeah, I love the fact that I have that and I want to keep it as much as possible. And that was kind of what I realised. I did have a split second where I thought to myself, like, I could go back to an accounting job tomorrow. Like, there's plenty of full-time ones trying to recruit now. Like, I could just hand it all in and do it. And then I was like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to give this up. I don't want to throw away 2 years on YouTube. I don't want to throw away 2 years of me building this business. The first year of me building that business was horrible. Like, so horrible financially. And I told myself that it gets better. And then COVID hit and I was like, oh, nice. And I just kept telling myself that it would be worth it, and I think it is, and I'm hoping that all my hard work pays off and we get something through this YouTube channel and someone learns something and we all benefit from it, because I really enjoy the stuff that I put on here. When I put stuff that I actually enjoy, not the stuff that I think people want. I enjoy those videos, and that's how I know, because when I edit them I can literally see myself, like, if I was watching myself I could see myself smile, if that makes sense. Because, and like, sometimes I find myself funny, which is probably really weird, but yeah, those are the videos that I love. Like, when I watch it back editing and I just think, I love this video so much, and I'm like, well, I hope other people do as well. So we're just gonna post stuff that I like, and like I say, I hope that people stick around for it. I've been really avoiding this little chinwag that we're having right now, but things are going to change slightly in terms of content. Obviously the business has changed so much over the past 2 years, and so has my situation. I started this channel to show people that were in lockdown how to start a business and how I run mine and all of that, but we're not in lockdown anymore, and I've made those videos and they are still helpful. People still view them, surprisingly enough. I get a lot of views on my old videos and people find them beneficial, but I don't need to make them again Like, I might make them again in a couple of years, but I don't need to make them again on a monthly basis. So I am just going to post interesting things, so like vlogs of markets, and when I have loads of orders, and I do vlogs because people seem to like those, and I really like actually filming them because it's just me, like it's just me in my natural habitat, and you guys seem to like it. So I'm gonna keep to vlogs and the lives. And again, the reason I haven't done any cake lives is because up until I kind of came out of denial and realised that I wasn't enjoying my work anymore and I needed to sort my mindset out, up until then I just wasn't in the mood. Like, I don't know if you guys realise, like, I love you guys so much, but if I'm in a bad mood, you have to realise that shoving a camera in front of my face and pretending like I'm really happy is really difficult. Like, it's really difficult, and I just couldn't do it. That's why I haven't done lives for literally, I do maybe one a month, and they were like on and off. And yeah, I just didn't want to shove a camera in front of my face and have everyone asking me questions about where I've been and seeming happy when I was stressed and anxious and not in a great place. But like I say, I finally, like, I think come out of my rut. I'm in a better routine with the gym, and my work is going well, like my outside of my cake business work, and my personal life is going a lot better. So I think we're good. In terms of like content, when I say I'm going to be posting stuff I enjoy, it's going to be, think of it this way, my channel. So like, it's me, it's not my business channel, it's for me, it's for Amy. There may be a slight change in name. Obviously it is still my business, it is still going to be very present on this channel. So it's going to be, like I say, the cake lives and vlogs of my business, but also it's going to be personal stuff as well. So I'm very into bodybuilding at the moment. I mean, I say at the moment, I've been training for years, and I've only taken it seriously the past couple of years, and then the past year I've actually invested more, not so much in training but in bodybuilding, so not just going to the gym. And I'm starting with a coach next month, and I'm considering, I don't have a time scale yet, but I'm considering competing in some bodybuilding competitions, and it is such a large part of my life. And I know that you guys always say that you like me as a person, that's why you enjoy the vlog so much, because you see me and it's like my personality that you like. So in my head I'm thinking, well, why wouldn't you want to see what I do? Like, if it's such a big part of my life, then you might find it interesting. So it's just going to be my channel basically. So I went to the Arnold this weekend, which is a sports, like a bodybuilding / sports festival, and it really sparked my motivation, and I actually vlogged the whole thing. So there will be a vlog coming up from that. Like I say, if you're a baker and you have no interest in seeing what I get up to in my personal life and in my fitness life, do not watch it. That is absolutely fine. It will not take away from my other videos. I have promised myself that I will be doing at least one baking video a week, whether it's a live or a normal video, and then whenever I upload the fitness videos, that will just be an extra. So it's not going to take away from the stuff that you guys are so invested in, but I just don't think that I need to be doing the same business videos over and over again. If there is something new, so like me redoing my costing, that is something new. I'm doing an updated video. It's explaining in relation to the new living costs and all of that, how I charge. So that will be an updated version. But anything like tips for starting a business and stuff like that, go and watch the old videos, because there is a whole playlist on them. I'll put a little card above. But yeah, I don't think that's something that would be useful. So yeah, that's pretty much my rant over, and I'm actually quite surprised that I managed to do that in 14 minutes. Wow. That's because I've spoken like a crackhead. I've had some pre-workout today, and I feel like I'm still feeling it, and I've also had 2 monsters, so that will explain that. So hopefully that was interesting, and it kind of cleared up everyone's questions, because I get so many messages, and like I say, I love you guys to bits, but I just haven't known what to say to them, because I get a lot of messages from people saying, have you quit YouTube? Are you uploading anymore? And like, I would never, I mean, I hope I would never quit YouTube, because I love it so much. However, your mood is a massive part of YouTube, because if you are not in the mood to pick up the camera and film, you're not going to make a video. So yeah, it's a big part of it. Also, I just want to mention, I'm in peak comfort mode right now. I'm in my hoodie that I got for my birthday, and it's so comfortable. But yeah, so that's the update in a nutshell of 15 minutes. And like I say, I hope you guys stick around. But I know so many, of you actually follow my fitness account. So it's like, you're clearly interested in what I get up to. Some of you follow my personal account as well, because I do see you guys liking my photos. I do appreciate it. So yeah, I know people are interested in my life outside of baking, so I thought, why not just make it my channel rather than my business? Might as well just put them together, and then you can just see more of me, which hopefully you like. So yeah, I don't really know how to end this video, because I feel a bit weird, but I just want to put it out there. The other video I filmed of this, I was so fucking miserable. I was so miserable, and I'm actually getting a bit emotional, because I don't think you guys realise how much I appreciate this channel. Like, it got me through lockdown, because I was not a social butterfly in lockdown. I was miserable because the gym was closed, and I didn't have great relationships with my friends at the time, so it just wasn't a very enjoyable time, and my job was extremely stressful before I started the baking business in accounting. So this channel like got me through lockdown, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, before I get sloppy, I'm gonna love you and leave you, but I hope you enjoyed the update, and I hope that answered people's questions, because I know you've all been wondering what the hell is going on with me, and that is it. I got sick of baking for a little bit, but now I'm back, and we've got lots of plans. And I know I say this all the time, but before I was over promising and under delivering, because I was in denial. So I kept trying to make myself feel like, oh, if I tell people that I'm back and I'm doing great, then I will feel great, and that is not the fix. So I just want to put it out there, like, especially at the moment with people obviously closing their businesses and all of that, try not to dwell on it. Try to think about the positives and like all the hard work that you've put into your business, and just decide whether you think that's worth it or not. It is, as bad as that sounds, it is that simple, because if you want it enough, then, and you have the ability to, then you will just fight for it and carry on. So yeah, but also just put it out there, I'm not going to be closing my business anytime soon. I feel like I've made this sound like I'm really struggling, and I'm not, but I just understand how other businesses are struggling, because everything is going up, and I'm just increasing my prices. That's the way it's affecting me. Whereas other people obviously aren't increasing their prices, and then it is affecting them a lot more. I also live with my parents, so I pay them rent, which covers our bills, whereas obviously if you have a shop front and stuff like that, then it's very different. But yeah, that is the update, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in my next video, which may be a fitness related one, so I hope you enjoy. Bye!